Everyone, welcome back. It is JUCO Jam, Season 4, Episode 3. With me, a little bit under the weather. This will go down as Brandon Goble's flu game. Mr. Goble, stay hydrated. We got a big episode ahead. Are
Yeah,
you ready to get into the rewind?
we're in. Let's do it.
Let's
Yeah,
do
put
it.
me back in, coach. I
You
got
know,
it.
since we were last together, the ultimate midseason tournament took place in junior college basketball history. I would argue the Pensacola State Thanksgiving Classic this year, the best midseason tournament ever put together. 10 teams, nine of which had received votes at some point. No, I take that back. All 10. 10 for 10. 10
There
for
we
10.
go.
That's not bad. And I think at this point, I think nine of them have been ranked as we speak today. So, as of the time the tournament took place, 52 teams had been ranked or received a vote at some point during the season. 10 of them were there, all in Pensacola.
Not bad. That's where I'd want to
Um,
cold to the
so the
fall.
way that for people who may not be as familiar with this as we are, the way that it worked is teams played 3 games in 3 days. There were no brackets. It was predetermined who was going to play each other. So there's no champion per se, but what we would call the de facto champion, Trinity Valley. Coach Greg Heyer came on the show. They win 3 games in 3 days, the only team to do so. They beat Northwest Florida in the de facto championship game. But just overall, amazing event. BG, what was your biggest takeaway overall from the week that was in Pensacola?
I talked to Hank Polona about this a little bit. That
Gorgeous
what
head of
I've
hair.
seen, the what?
Gorgeous head of hair.
Yeah, great hair. What I've seen so far in this tournament, I think kind of confirmed it for me. Is if you said, give me 8 teams that could win the national championship, you'd have a hard time making that list because you're trying to figure out how am I going to cut like 4 or 5 more, right? To get down to that list. And so the quality and level of basketball that was played, was fantastic. And again, I think any one of those teams, could jump up and bite somebody. So it was good to see like it's good for junior college basketball to have great teams. It's better for junior college basketball to have a lot of great teams. And this isn't one of those things where it's like, everything's down and it's just kind of a wash. Like it's just really good hoop out there.
Yeah, and speaking of good hoop, Trinity Valley played 3 full games of good hoop.
Yeah, yeah, they're
Yeah,
good at
I'm, I'm,
stuff.
I'm sure Coach Heyer would say, B plus,
Yeah.
B, B. Um, but casual observer, they played really good basketball. They play 3 panhandle teams. They win each game by double digits. Uh, Junior college basketball today is more talented than it was last year. There's just a lot more talent in the field. But this year Trinity Valley's roster, I think, has much more talent than it did last year. Would you agree with that assessment?
Yes. Yeah, and it's just really the depth that they can come at you with.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
and they had 3 6'10" guys out there on the floor, sometimes at the same time, all like denying passes on the wings, two of which are really good ball handlers. Really fun to watch. All right,
yeah, they
question.
look like the Knicks out there. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, Darrell Desire does look like Ben Simmons.
It's
I don't
true.
know. I mean, and that is his NBA doppelganger. What was a pleasant surprise or two for you during the tournament?
Um, I like seeing Tallahassee back. I think Tallahassee
So good.
playing well is good for junior college in general. I think it's a great program. Coach Hendren does a great job down there, and so he seems to have them back, rolling and hopefully climbing their way up those rankings here throughout the season. So seeing Tallahassee come back and really be impactful at that level was awesome.
The Eagles are back.
Eagles are back, baby.
They're back. They're in it. I feel like that was just such a huge miss by me that I didn't have them ranked earlier. But I mean, they're good. They're good at the point. They're good on the wings. They got the depth inside. This is a team that definitely could, you know, get to a Final Four. I mean, they have that level of talent. I mean, I thought about just having you go and predict the Panhandle Conference from 1 through 5. That's a fun game to play in public. Um, but I won't have you do that. I'll give you a pass. But you want to talk about the state of Florida JUCO just in general? It could be the Panhandle. It could be the Panhandle in Daytona. Just like I'm impressed.
Yeah, I mean, as you start going down and you're like, great team, great team, great team, great team.
Great,
Oh my
great,
gosh.
great
Yeah,
coach.
I'm
Yeah,
in
great,
that.
great coach.
Yeah,
Great
I'm
young,
in.
like really good young coaches. Coach Hendren, you got
Yeah.
Coach Blue, you got Cantons, like you got like some real like young studs. Then you got
Johnny Tyndall, young at heart. I mean,
Donnie Tyndall, young at heart, man, and Chipola. Like I feel like Chipola's back. Like they have a little bit of swagger. They got a lot of little offensive punch this year with DeMarco Middleton.
yeah.
And if you play man to man against them, they're gonna bludgeon you. Like they're, I don't know why you would play man. I guess if that's your thing, but like they look really good against man defense.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, Florida is probably as good. Now, I know we just finished November. Everybody take a breath, relax. We're not saying crazy things, but it looks like this could really be a year that Florida is as good as we've seen in quite some time.
I mean, this could be the year that maybe a region gets four into the national tournament. I don't know. I mean, West Texas might have something to say, but it will be interesting. There will come a day when a region will get four, and I think it will be interesting to see who that region will be. And I think we have two regions this year that both are raising their hand right now and say, "Hey guys, we're in the mix." All
Yeah.
right, that concludes the rewind. We're going to transition, if you will, with me, Brandon, to the rundown. I have earmarked 10 big, beautiful games this
Mm,
week. Okay.
mm.
An unfair slate, a trio, if you will, on Wednesday. So we're going to talk about games that will have already been played by the time this airs, which is extra fun for prediction time. Um, Three humdingers. We got Kilgore at Trinity Valley, Coffeyville at Cali, Butler at Garden City.
Yeah, Kilgore is playing great basketball right now. Now they're going to go as their guards go. If they can match up with Trinity's guards, then the question becomes how do you deal with that length and presence inside? But playing good basketball right now, puncher's chance on any given night there. And then, the other two games is one of the best times of the year. We're starting Jayhawk conference play, baby. So
Absolutely.
we got people picking up hammers and rocks and sticks and stuff right now and headed out there to just go do some damage. So Coffeyville, Cali, I mean, come on, how good is that? And Garden City's
Johnny
playing great right now.
Jackson, Jay
Butler
Herkelman.
Butler is going to win a lot of games this year, and they're gonna make their presence known. And so starting off against at a Garden City team that's playing very well right now. Tall task, but like great
We
opportunity.
assume that game will be fast.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit, just a little Yeah. So
Bring your track shoes, folks. That game's going to be really, really, really fun to watch. All right, I'm going to throw a number at you, Brandon. Jayhawk Conference. They all play 24 games.
mm,
Will anybody finish with a record better than 18-6?
no.
I don't think so either. I think it's going to be a whole. I think there's going to be 4 to 7 teams that are between like 16-8, 18-6.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
digress. All right. Now, Thursday, the night when this show will actually air, Mineral Area, because Mineral Area takes no days off. They play everyone. Mineral Area at Howard, Snow at South Plains. This is like JUCO royalty. Talk about what gets you the most excited Thursday night.
We've been high on Howard, and right off the bat, the beginning of the year, they decided to drop one because I think Coach Coop just likes to make us look silly. But they have fought back. They are positioning themselves well. Now they got to, go out and grab big wins like this. I think a big key for me for Howard here is if Oscar Wickstrom is fully healthy. He hasn't been yet this year. He wasn't in the fall either. He can really kind of be the stick that stirs the drink for them because of him playing a bit of a point guard role at 6'8" out of multiple positions. But he's been at about 60 to 70% at best all season, and it seems like he might be trending towards being healthy now. So,
I
that
think
could be.
Brandon Ivory's been dinged up a little bit for them on the
Yeah.
wing as well. I like Daniel Culberson as well. I mean, this is a roster when I look at it and you just say, all right, give me the top five rosters. Like if you just said, I want to pick rosters. I like that Howard roster, Brandon.
It's pretty loaded, and Haruna Sangari's playing really good right now. He's going to be a real player. So Minerals got a tough task there, but Howard's got to stand fast and not let another one get away from him.
And then, South Plains looking for a big statement win outside of whack-jack action. And then, of course, Snow, Coach May. He'll play pretty much anybody, anywhere if he can make it work. It's going to be a fantastic one as well. Friday, we have Midland Mineral Area, Daytona State versus Chipola. Talk about a contrast of styles. And then Eastern Arizona, CSI.
Yeah. Midland, in the discussion for being the number one team in the country, depending on who you ask, playing great basketball right now. And again, Mineral Area, just going, saying, all right, we're going to line them up and see what happens, with
I
back-to-backers.
love that Coach Tony Irons does that. I just love it. Bring them
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, why not? Like that's how you really make a statement when you're not from like a top region, kind of situation. Fine, go play great teams, go get some wins and make people pay attention to you, right? And that's what he's doing.
And they
Uh,
have a really exciting big man, Nazir Allen,
yep,
the 6'9" I guess, big guy. I mean,
yep.
he's an
Getting a lot of calls
offensive.
on the Deer Allen right
Oh
now.
my goodness. He's just an offensive maestro down the stretch versus Barton. He completely took over the last 5 minutes of that game. I mean, talk
And
about
that's
an ideal situation for Nazir, right? Getting to go and
yeah.
play these top teams.
There's a lot of coaches that have called that'll be watching. There's some that are going to that Howard game. Quite a few that I think are going down to that Howard game because really you circle that one, it's Nazir Allen versus Terry Copeland. And that's a big time matchup. That's going to be fun to watch.
And
Uh,
sometimes with bigs, right? You just don't know in JUCO. You need to see good on good. And this is one of those opportunities you get to see good on good.
right. Yeah, 100%. Like you said, Daytona, Chipola, contrasting styles, two great coaches, tons of talent, just a great game overall. And then Eastern Arizona at CSI, they dropped a couple early, games that I think they could have won, kind of trying to figure out how to put all the pieces together here, especially at the guard position. This is a huge opportunity because this is probably as good of a CSI team as we've seen in a while. And so, if you can go up there and get that win, like that's a big statement win. And then, for CSI to just continue what they've done so far and kind of, say, hey, we are reinvigorated. We're back, and this is, the Eastern Florida's or Eastern Arizona team is as loaded as anybody,
And
especially
they're
in the front.
big, right? Hunt
Yeah,
and Treacher. I mean, those are, Division I schools are lining up to see those guys.
yeah, yeah, 100%.
But Saturday night, not to get ahead of ourselves too much, Eastern Florida, Northwest Florida, we're going back to Twin Falls, Odessa, CSI, Bucket in Twin Falls. What are you most excited about on Saturday?
Obviously, we just talked about Florida being as good as it is, and Eastern Florida is very talented. Northwest Florida, opportunity for a big win here. I know Demarion Van Kelly's going to really get some things going. It's kind of been a little bit up and down, but he's so talented. It's just when is it going to happen? And maybe this is the game. But that Odessa at CSI game, like what a great couple nights there in Twin Falls. So Bucket up there, yeah, local legend Bucket Bauman, and playing at CSI. I mean that's gonna be a great game.
Yeah, this weekend, Twin Falls, Idaho is the capital of junior college basketball. All right, guys, stay with us. That concludes our first segment. After this commercial break, we're going to be back with Coach Jerry Nichols from Walters State in the spotlight.
Good morning.
Why so serious? Great shot.
Carver's 250. You got it.
Greenside bunker, land short.
Trust your line.
There's plenty of green.
Breaks towards the water.
Lots of coaching today, huh?
We're one up.
When you strive to be the best, you need the right insights. Zurich has insurance solutions and risk strategies to help prepare your business for tomorrow.
There's nothing more important for your organization than the look and functionality of where your team spends most of their time. Here at Netting Pros and Stadionic, we create iconic facilities that exceed industry standards and become the headline of your organization. We've worked with dozens of the top leagues, collegiate programs, and professional baseball organizations, bringing facilities to life. We're confident that your venue will stand above the rest and your vision for the future will be made into a reality.
Welcome back to JUCO Jam. We are honored and delighted to have one of our favorite coaches in the country join us today. We have Coach Jerry Nichols from Walters State. Coach, thanks so much for joining us on JUCO Jam.
Man, super excited to be here. Definitely respect what you guys do. So just excited to be here, excited to talk with you guys.
Awesome. So for those who may not be aware, Coach Nichols is an alum of Walters State. He returns to his alma mater, takes the Senators to the national tournament in Hutch. Year one, gets a big win over Daytona State. I think that was game one, day one, right?
One day one. It was
Yeah.
early morning. I'll tell you that. It was hard
And
to get those guys up, but they fought through it.
and I know you were ready for that game. And for people who maybe haven't seen your team this year, just a little quick bio on your squad this year. One of the things I like about your team, you've started the same five guys every game. And that reminds me of a little something. When Barton won the national title 2 years ago, they started the same five guys every game. Just saying, maybe maybe there's something there. Speaking of that team 2 years ago, you have a returner from that squad, Jamar Livingston. We can talk about that in a little bit. 15 points a game, 51% from three. He's a 90% free throw shooter. I hear that's pretty good. Maybe he can be in the first annual JUCO Jam free throw contest. You take on Brandon for the title. Damari Litch, 14 points, 7.6 rebounds a game, just an explosive athlete, a really fun player to watch. As a team, you're averaging 107 points a game, 58% from the field, 41% from three, 73% from the free throw line. Coach, they're picking up after you. They know how to put the ball in the hoop. So good coaching so far.
I mean, we got a lot of talented guys. I will say that. Their ability to share the ball at a high level is important. It's also a key to our success. That's one of the things that I have preached since day one. And I think, at the end of the day, I think it helps kids adjust to the next level. Being able to share the rock, being able to play free, but at the same time, understand when you get to the next level, you're only going to get a certain amount of shots. A lot of JUCO guys struggle when they go to other places because they're not used to playing, not playing in a situation where they're getting less. And I think, the way we play, it helps those guys once they go to the next level.
If you would talk about just Jamar a little bit, obviously had a great freshman season, goes out to the national tournament. You guys win a game, leaves the program, goes elsewhere. Now he boomerangs, comes back, and is having just a tremendous sophomore season. So tell a little bit about his story and what he means to your program.
Jamar is a special kid. He's a kid that works extremely hard, take care of his business. He ended up going Division I after his freshman season, ended up getting hurt, and then deciding to return back to us. I think he's one of the best shooters in the country. Shooting about, like I said, 51% from three is not shabby at all. He's made up to 21 threes so far in the 9 games we've played. But his hard work and his dedication and also his ability to want to share the ball with other people and play the right way is key. And I think
Is it true that you're still a better shooter though than him right now?
I'm definitely a better shooter than all these guys. It's not just him, it's all of them. But we do got some pretty good shooters on our team.
Now you went on, you played basketball at high level at Arkansas State. You've bounced around in the JUCO world. You've seen some things. You've been at Motlow, you've been at Southwest Tennessee, back at your alma mater at Walters. I'm sure a guy like you has a lot of opportunities, but what do you enjoy most about coaching at the junior college level?
So the biggest thing for me, I have a motto. Anybody that know me, they always hear this motto. I always put it on some of my Twitter stuff as well, to be rich in people instead of money. Obviously, at the JUCO level, our ability to help student athletes more is key. The time that we can spend with them is, second to none. It's kind of priceless. It's kind of, it's not as much kind of attention in regards to having all these things to do, whether it's interviews and things like that. You can really, really focus on the student athletes that you're coaching each and every day. So I think that's the number one thing is to, focus on our student athletes, be rich in people and our guys, always, teach them the game of life. And that's what I like about it most.
You go to Hutch in the first year, you get the big win against Daytona State. I remember at the time you said not an upset. What makes you feel confident that this team can get back to Hutch and win in a meaningful way?
This team kind of reminds me of year one. I think this team is more talented than year one, but their ability to not care about who scores and just playing the right way and making the right read. We have, our theme for the year was you'll see GUT. It's G-U-T-H, and that's get up the hill. So regardless of what's going on, we want to get up the hill. We want to make an impact and win in any regard. So the biggest thing for us is our ability to not rely on one guy and just have guys make the right read. Jamar Livingston this year, at one time, he's averaging 15 a game, leading us in scoring, but he had 0 in a game this year. But he was player of the game for us because I think that game, I don't know who we played, but he ended up having 6 assists and 6 rebounds. That is fantastic. And he was excited about having 6 assists and 6 rebounds. So to me, the selflessness, and like I said, I believe that is prime for guys going to the next level doing extremely well when they can impact games without having to take, obviously 10 to 12 shots.
Yeah, I mean that's a huge difference, right? When you don't have to be a volume shooter to make an impact on the game, and very few people at the Division I level get to be that volume shooter, anyways, right? I mean, so you have to learn to share the sugar. I'd love for you to talk a little bit about the region, be an advocate for Tennessee, if you will. I think it's a region that is disrespected. I know that I personally love watching Tennessee JUCO on the live stream. One of the players I fell in love with last year was Walter Campbell. I was like, why is nobody talking about Walter nationally? I know Brandon had him at his event. I thought Columbia State was really good last season, especially in the second half. And I thought they were really good in Hutch and maybe a play or two away from winning a game and maybe, making a pretty decent run. You guys obviously get out there 2 years ago, beat Daytona State, who'd been a top 10 team all season. So just talk about the state of Tennessee and why you don't get enough respect and representation.
I'll be honest, fellas, I have no reason in regards to why we don't get enough respect. I'll tell you this, if you look at our what we've done in the Nationals, we're in the mix of all of it. I've been able to take 3 teams to the Nationals, and all 3 times I've won a game out there, or 2 games out there, and we've lost to the team that actually won it all 3 times. When you look at what Columbia State has done, obviously they had Penny Collins, someone that I have a great respect for. I actually worked with at Tennessee State University for 5 years. He had a great run. He had the #1 player in the country. Cleveland State went down there, upset some teams. So, our league is really strong, probably doesn't get a lot of credit. I don't understand why. We play a lot of games on the road. I'm always recommending, people that follow me on Twitter, I'm always recommending I will go play anybody. The key is you have to come to me because I'm always struggling to find games. So I will come to you one year, you come to me the next year. And I think that's only fair.
You got a pretty long road trip coming up in, I think, early January, late December to Wabash Valley. I mean, that's not going to be an easy trip. I will say, if you go to Mount Carmel, I'm going to give you a little insight. The Taco Tierra in Mount Carmel, it's a nice little hidden gem. I think you'll like it. You're going to get good value for the dollar there. They're not a sponsor of the show. They should be. So Taco Tierra, Mount Carmel, we see you. But I mean, that's not an easy road trip.
Well, Nick, I'm gonna have to try that after the game for sure. I definitely don't need tacos before the game. After the game would be really, really
maybe.
Good. So.
Yeah, there's not a Chili's in Mount Carmel, to my knowledge. So maybe Taco Tierra is the next best thing. But you know what? For all of those junior college bracketologists, Coach Nichols just dropped a little nugget, Brandon. When we did write this down, every year he's been to Hutch, he's won a game. So let's make sure in the JUCO bracketology, let's remember that. Because this is not easy. Junior college bracketology is a hard deal. We don't have a Joe Lenardi or anything like that. So Coach Nichols won a game every time he's been there. All right, Coach, I've kind of warmed you up. I've asked you some softball questions. Brandon's just been in the background. He's the heavy. Brandon, take it away.
Yeah, we got the tough one here, Coach. This is the question that always throws people for a loop. So we go back out to Hutch. Just envision this, right? We're out at Hutch. And of course you win a game, as one does. And you say, you know what, that was a great win. The guys deserve something special. So you say, load up in the van. We're headed someplace really good. And you pull into the parking lot and the red and green glow from the neon sign casts itself across the parking lot, and you pull into Chili's. What are you eating at Chili's after the big win?
Oh man. I got a couple of things. I'm a Chili's guy.
Of course he is. He's a winner.
My favorite thing is the fajitas, fellas. I know the trio is unmatched, but the fajita, oh my God, it's unbelievable.
Sizzling hot.
Give me a little sizzling sauce on the top of it. I think I'm ready to go. So give me some little extra cheese, a little bit of pico. It'll make my day. And then the last thing is I got to get a little chocolate brownie. I have to.
There you go. Most people forget to comment on the dessert, but he's prepared at all times. That's why he wins.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good combination. You get your protein, you get some veggies, but after a big win, you're going to want that hot brownie.
Yes, sir.
Who wouldn't?
Well,
Coach, really appreciate you coming on. Best of luck the rest of the way this season. We'll be looking forward to maybe seeing you out in good old Hutchinson, Kansas again. Nick and I sitting on the sidelines, wondering why there's grandmothers playing basketball behind us.
There's nothing like it.
I will say this. Hey, pick against us. Pick against us. I'm telling you. When you pick against us, it just gives me a little bit of motivation. I'm excited.
I don't even know if that's possible now. I'll be afraid.
We will not. We will not pick against you.
Oh my God.
We got the bracketology says we take Walters State no matter what.
Hey, we listen.
It's like the scene from Draft Day with Kevin Costner, right? It's like no matter what, Walters State, no matter what.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, hey, I'll take that too. I just have to get these guys pumped up and get them ready to roll and say, hey man, they still picked against you. I don't care. They picked against you. Let's get it done.
We'll give you we'll shoot a special clip if we need to. Give you a little bulletin board material for the road. Yes. But yeah, we'll do a special shot.
Coach Jerry Nichols, coaching for another win this year. When we come back, we will get into the grind.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of the National Junior College Athletic Association, offers the best of everyday banking. CU1 members gain access to competitive products like high-yield checking, dedicated financial wellness resources to help you build a strong foundation for the future, and nationwide access through 24/7 digital and mobile banking and an expansive network of 90,000 ATMs from coast to coast. Discover better banking for all at cu1.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Good morning.
Why so serious? Great shot.
Car's 250. You got it.
Greenside bunker, land short.
Trust you on.
There's plenty of green.
Breaks towards the water.
Lots of coaching today, huh?
We're one up.
When you strive to be the best, you need the right insights. Zurich has insurance solutions and risk strategies to help prepare your business for tomorrow.
Welcome back to JUCO Jam. We are now getting into the grind. Brandon, one of our favorite players. We're going to talk about Noah Mindy, 6'6", 190-pound, big guard from Daytona State. He has almost tripled his scoring average from his freshman to his sophomore season. I think he's one of the kids that's really benefited from coming back. Last year, I feel he was more of just kind of like a catch and shoot three guy. This year, his offensive game has really taken off. It's expanded. He's big and bouncy, explosive athlete, 6'6", big guard. There's going to be a lot of coaches at the Division I level really salivating after this elite athlete, well coached from Coach Joey Cantons.
Yeah, and French players, are coming over in droves now, and it's a very different game. As good as that Pro A and Pro B U21 league is, a lot of these guys play in. It takes a minute to kind of get used to stuff over here. It's just a different style of game. It's athletic over there in those leagues, but not as athletic as here. It's more hell in a cell in America than it is spread out because of the key and some other things over there. So, for him to have that huge jump, anybody that I think watched him last year in moments went, oh yeah, he's gonna figure it out.
Absolutely. All right, one of our favorite players from last year's group, now doing great things at the NCAA level. We're going to the show. Tyleik Weeks, 6'7" junior. He's currently at Southern Miss. He was at Southwest Mississippi last year, originally from New York. He is putting up incredible numbers. Scored 37 versus North Florida on the season, 18 points, 6 boards a game. He's an 81% free throw shooter. Tell the world about Tyleik.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a bulldog, right? Like, and he's not trying to do things that he's not ready to do. At some point, Tyleek will add shooting to his game. He'll add other things, but right now he's saying, "Hey, you know what I'm really good at? This stuff that's super effective. I'm gonna go do that." Right? At 6'7", going inside and just trying to bully ball people, drawing those fouls, and when you can shoot at an 81% clip, why not? Right? So he's really kind of put that team on his back. They got some really good JUCO players on that team that are really showing out this season. But Tyleek definitely standing out. He was Sun Belt Player of the Week. Just really, really, really talented.
Kind of, it's a little bit different, but follow me for a second, if you will, Brandon. Everybody sometimes likes to talk about what the kids cannot do.
Mhm.
And then for the kids who really embrace what they do well, like it really like expands the, how people view them nationally. And another junior college kid, Yaxel Landenberg, everybody wanted to talk about what he wasn't. And then he just goes to the Division 1 level and says, you know what I'm really good at is I have a God-given ability to rebound the basketball, and I'm really good at scoring in the post. Maybe I'm not the world's greatest three-point shooter. I think, well, it's somewhat unfair to compare the two. I do think Tyleek has embraced sort of that Yaxel Landenberg. I'm just going to go do what I'm really good at.
Well, I think there may be, kind of some comparisons to make there though, because Yaxel now is shooting the ball really well,
Right.
but it took, a
It
couple
was a
years
development.
building that, right? And now he's National Player of the Year candidate, NBA draft pick for sure at this point, and because he's added those kinds of things, but that's not what he started with, right? And just like Tyleek, it's not what he's starting with. It's, he's going to get to that. You're shooting 81% from the line, you can shoot a three, right? It's just a development process that, you really buy into. So for him to really embrace what he's great at right now, and just go get after it like that. I mean, hey, there's definitely some Yaxel Lendeberg comps there.
That's awesome. It's just so great to hear about his success, guys. So that is our show for today. Stick with us as always, same time next week. I hope you have a wonderful sports week.